happening, everybody? Welcome back to the watering hole. Todd's not here again. He's still traversing the mountains and streams of Colorado, as they may say. I talked to him this morning. Today's Monday. I think he said he's contemplating coming back Wednesday or Thursday. Must be nice when he's just like, you know what? I'll come back at some point in time. He did tell me also this morning, young Ben, because we talked about this last week, he has a closing date for his new farm. Or no, not his new farm. He has a closing date for the farm that he's selling, his old farm. So I didn't talk to Todd about this.
Oh, geez.
But I thought about it when he told me. The closing date is after opening day of Illinois season. It's like the second week in October sometime. So the question is, if you know you're selling your farm and you're closing on it after the season opens, do you go hunt there? And would you feel bad if you shot a deer there while you are still the legal owner, but working on selling it to somebody else? What is your opinion, Ben?
You're still the owner. That's still your property. Not that you own the deer, but I don't know.
So you would hunt there?
Yeah. Get your last.
Would you feel bad about shooting a big buck when the new guy's buying it like a week later?
I think if I did shoot a big buck, I probably would feel a little bad. But
it wouldn't stop me.
No, it definitely wouldn't stop me because it's still legal.
Would you bring all your bros out there to just whack and stack a bunch of does maybe?
I don't know about that.
So that's where we draw the line.
I mean, I don't know if I'd...
Because I was thinking like opening day, like we just, me, you, Todd, all go out there. We each get in a stand on a different corner. And
did you propose this idea to Todd?
I did not. Of course not.
I'm in.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm in.
So I don't know, just something that I thought of because he's like, I got the closing date. It's all ready to go.
I've never had that situation happen. Is that like a frowned upon?
I know guys that have been like, they know that they're losing access to their hunting property, like at some point, so either like maybe like this is my last year hunting here. So I've known people that have like been like deer that they maybe normally would pass, knowing that like, hey, I might be able to hunt it next year. Like they're like, you know what? I'm not going to be here next year. There isn't a next year. So now there's no next year for you, young buck. I don't know. Something to think about for the people out there if you're ever in that situation.
Or if you're watching, Todd, that's a good idea.
Todd's going to be listening to this on his drive home, and he's going to be like, God damn, Czar, which is pretty normal. For most podcasts. So anyways, today's episode, guys, is being brought to you by our friends at the Hunting Lease Network. Remember, if you need a place to hunt, go sign up for the alerts. I don't know why everybody hasn't done this already. So this week, young Ben, we're looking at a property in Missouri. Great thing about Missouri, over-the-counter tags.
Over-the-counter.
So you could lease this place, which the auction ends on the 10th. That's like the day they're going to be watching this.
It does,
listening to this at 8 p.m.
This should be posted at 5.
Brando, you better get this thing up early.
Or earlier.
Because there's 160 acres in Caldwell County, Missouri. It's soybeans right now, it says?
Yep, all soybeans this year. Looks like a couple little ponds in there.
If it ends on 9/10, doesn't Missouri begin on like the 15th usually?
I think Missouri's earlier for sure.
I think it's the 15th.
I don't know if it's halfway. Yeah.
Something like that.
Sounds right.
So you could lease this place and be hunting it in a couple days. And it's beans, which is great for early season. South winds. It looks like is that like a little pond?
I looked online. There's 3 different ponds.
So you got water and soybeans.
We'll put it up, but there's a pond here.
You can whack a deer.
I don't know.
You guys should do it. Why not?
We should, Brandon, but we're not going to because we want one of our loyal listeners / viewers to have this opportunity. Not us. We're not greedy people.
You could start a bidding war.
I don't have the money to do it.
Yeah, our luck, we would accidentally win the lease and then be like, oh, sorry, we couldn't pay for it. We were just trying to drive the price up. No, don't do that. So yes, go to Hunting Lease Network and check it out. They got a lot of cool properties for lease. I like to window shop quite a bit and daydream about what it would be like to be rich and lease all these places.
I like to do that with buying properties, but it's more like of a long shot than
for me. That's more of an act of just making myself depressed more than anything.
I'll probably do that for the rest of my life.
Be depressed?
Be depressed? Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Hey, it's 2025. We're all depressed according to the media, Brando. You know who's depressed? People that don't go deer hunting. That's who's depressed.
I am.
Sad people.
You need to snap out of it, Brando. Go get you a bow and arrow. So, okay, Ben, I was thinking about this. I know it's not on our approved topics list, but what is it about shooting a bow and arrow that is so flippin' awesome?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean,
Maybe like,
but it's awesome. Is it not awesome? Is shooting like a bow and arrow just not a hell of a lot of fun? I feel like I can just go out at any point in time and go shoot some arrows, and it just kind of puts you in a better mood. Can clear your mind a little bit. There's just something about the act of shooting a bow and arrow that is enjoyable.
it's soothing.
It is
soothing. It's calming for sure.
So in my random thoughts that I have to myself, I think about like, what is it about shooting a bow and arrow that just makes us enjoy it? And then what is it? I think part of this was my line of thinking was started by like all the like people hating on crossbows. And I was trying to think like, why the hell do people hate crossbows so much? Like the bow hunting community, why are we so anti crossbow? Like, why do I care the way somebody else like goes and shoots a deer? Like, what does it matter to me? Nobody's making me do it. But like, okay, what is it about the crossbow that people hate so much? And a lot of people, like, I think a lot of people say it's too easy, right? But beyond that, one of the things you hear a lot is that you don't have to draw the crossbow back. Like at the moment of truth, like deer's coming in, there is a difference between just raising the weapon and pulling the trigger versus the act of drawing it back. So then I think about like, what is it about drawing a bow back and releasing the arrow that is so soothing and enjoyable that we like have this like visceral connection to it, where if like you don't do that, like, ooh, you're just like gross or dirty or something.
I don't know.
Or lazy.
I feel like I'm not a crossbow hater, but I'll definitely poke fun at like crossbow shooters.
100%.
Like,
it's fun to do.
I'm definitely not
you?
anti-crossbows, but like, I don't know. Yeah, like my basic thoughts on it is it's easy. You know, like you're pulling a trigger, but I'm grinding by pulling back my bow and doing all this hard stuff when really it's not even.
But wouldn't you like want to prove how awesome you are and have like a benchmark of your awesomeness and let all these other people go crossbow? Like,
well,
I don't know. There's just like
those people that I feel like.
Yeah, but they want to like abolish it. They want to get rid of it. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to do it. Like, you see all these people like, if you're an able-bodied man, you should absolutely not be allowed to use a crossbow. Like, there's just some sort of visceral reaction that people have.
Gatekeeping for sure.
It's tons of gatekeeping happening.
I don't know if it's just like a manly thing. I think it's just like you think you're just more manly by shooting a bow, which like I'll say it on the pod.
On the record.
You just might be more manly if you shoot a bow. But
I agree.
But like
there's something about it. It's definitely more difficult to do it with a compound bow. There's no question about it. But again, like I bow hunt for the reasons that I want to bow hunt.
It's your choice.
You know
take,
what I'm
so
saying?
It's not.
Yeah, like
it doesn't matter to me how you do.
Yeah,
anything
until I still think a lot of it is people's greed to a certain extent of like worrying that like more people are going to be out in the woods. So it's more competition. Yeah, there's more likely that I say it all the time, dude. I mean, I have neighbors where I hunt that are crossbow guys, and I'm like getting trail camera pictures of these big deer, and I'm texting my buddies like, I hope I get a shot at them before one of my crossbow shooting neighbors whacks them, you know? And it's a true statement, but at the same time, like I don't want to take away their ability to go do that. Like if it happens, it happens, whatever. I'll bitch and moan about it to my friends, but like I'm not going to be like, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. I don't know.
I feel like in every hobby there is like a division of two, like, maybe multiple kinds of like ways of doing something, and there's one that's like maybe frowned upon or looked at as more respected or whatever. I'm sure in like the coding world, like you guys can make a site from scratch, but then if somebody gets like a WordPress or a whatever Wix site, it's like that dude's not a real dude. It's not a real pro coder or whatever, or web designer, you know.
It's true.
There's all that kind of stuff.
But that back to my first point about something about shooting a bow, because I think the difference is, and the example I've used a lot is I can go out on my back porch or my deck in the evenings before it gets dark, and I can shoot my bow for an hour and not get tired of doing it. I could shoot 2 or 3 arrows, walk down, grab them, come back and do it again and do it again and do it again. And like, I don't get sick of doing it.
Like, are you getting progressively better, or is it something you're working on? Because I would get bored unless I'm like moving towards a goal.
Of course, you're practicing to try to get better, right? I want to hit where I'm aiming in a smaller and smaller and tighter circle and with more consistency. So I'm working on like my shot execution, but there's also a part of it that is just fun to do. The act of doing it. Like, I'm sure you can probably just sit around on your guitar and just jam and play stuff, and it's just fun. Like, you could do it for an hour and be yes, I'm practicing and I want to get better at whatever song I'm learning or technique I'm trying, but at the same time, that's a fun process.
Yes.
So, but then when you take a crossbow, like, because I have a crossbow, a bunch of them, I can go out on my deck and do the same thing, and I can shoot 3, 4, 5 shots, and as soon as I'm dialed in, I'm done. Like, I'm just going to go put it away. I don't want to keep, there's nothing that's, to me, enjoyable about the act. So then I try to think like, I'm sending a projectile downrange and trying to hit a target and be accurate with it. It's more difficult to do with one of those 2 weapons than the other. So the difficulty to a certain degree makes it more enjoyable, which is part of the reason we bow hunt. It's more enjoyable because it's more difficult to do. But I also wonder, like, what is it about, knowing that, like, I don't know, I draw it back and just, to me, it's kind of like I could go outside and play catch with my kids or even like with a buddy, just throw a ball around. To me, like, shooting a bow is similar to like the act of throwing a ball. There's something about it, like, dude, if you and I both had baseball gloves right now and a ball and we went out in the parking lot and I'd have to stretch out a little bit because I'm old and just played catch for a half hour or whatever, like, it's a fun, it's a fun thing to do. Just go throw a ball around,
Now, what about, I feel like there's this element of like, I could fail at this and like be way off my target, but when you do hit your target, there's a feeling of like accomplishment or that little success boost of whatever hormone you get, right? Where I feel like if you're like throwing the baseball around, like, oh, he caught it, I threw a good throw or whatever. Versus if you're the kind of person that's just like throwing like you're way off, you probably are like maybe not enjoying it as much.
Before I got like super serious shooting, I kind of thought I was like okay, like, I don't know, I shot enough to where I thought, okay, this is enough to like
to go hunting,
to go kill a deer.
I'm proficient enough.
Yeah, sure. Like I think I'm good enough to go in the woods. And then I started working here. I started shooting more, and something that like opened my eyes was Lancaster, and just seeing like how perfect you could be or how much more you could improve from like where you're at. And so I think for me, shooting my bow now is like just the never-ending like strive to get better, because there's really there's
a ton of room to get better.
So much room to get better, and not enough time for me to get better. Like, I don't know. There's
when you were
so much.
It's like when you were young, growing up playing sports, right? You may have been like hot shit on your team or in the town that you lived in, and then you traveled to a tournament and you just got absolutely smoked by some other team, and you're like, man, we thought we were good. Yeah. Now we see what good really looks like. And I think that's for a lot of guys with archery, like that Lancaster shoot, dude, same thing for me. I was like, yeah, dude, I can shoot a bow well enough to like hit a target. Growing up, my dad was like, you hit a pie plate at 20 yards, like that's good enough to go deer hunting. Like, we never tried to like hit a quarter size thing. It just wasn't a thing. It was just aim for the pie plate and hit it, and my arrows were sticking out at all different angles. And it was like, yeah, good enough. Let's go. Let's rip. But you go to a shoot with, world-class archers and watch those guys do it, and you're like, yeah,
makes you feel like shit.
I'm terrible. I'm an awful shooter.
Really, really bad.
So speaking of which, make sure you sign up for the Lancaster Classic when registration comes. If you too want to feel like a terrible shooter, come join me and Todd in Lancaster. But if anything, I think maybe it's a motivator. For a lot of people, it's motivating.
Got me shooting my bow a lot more once I realized that. Like I went out in the garage after Lancaster, and I shot like 5 ends, So I think there's 20 ends in the Lancaster shoot. Is it something like that?
Is that right?
It was an end, 3 arrows.
A lot of arrows. It's 3 arrows.
So yeah, 60.
60 arrows.
So I shot 5 ends, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna score that, and then kind of like average it out. Not that I could stay consistent the whole way, but nowhere near where like you would think you'd be. I was like, oh, a 600 seems reasonable at 20
doable.
Yards. No chance. No chance. At least not at the skill
And the
level
Lancaster gives
right
you
now.
an extra point too to get to a 600. A 600 is normally like a perfect score. Lancaster you could shoot an 11 at Lancaster. 660 is a perfect score there. So 600, like, you just got to hit 10s the whole time.
Sounds easy.
But you could sneak a couple 9s in there and then make it up with a few 11s. But
I would love a 600, but I think that's
dude.
Jake shot a 600 and he was just wiping the floor with.
Jake's good, dude. Yeah. He's a better shot than I am. I think Paul shot over 600 more.
Pimo?
Yeah, he's also a much better shot than me. I should probably practice more. Now that you're talking about, I've been shooting my bow every day. I got my. Speaking of Jake and HHA, he sent me a Mossy Oak Nitrix Pro to match my Mossy Oak Lift X. So now I'm dialed in and looking good.
Matchy.
I put it on my bow this weekend, and I didn't have as much time. I've been, it's funny. I was talking to my brother-in-law, who I think we discussed. I gave him my old bow. He went out and bought some lighted nocks, and he was shooting last night. But like I told, he's like, yeah, I need to get to shooting. And he's got a really nice backyard. Mm-hmm. He could probably shoot, 20, 30 yards easily in his backyard. And there's like a big berm behind it. And so he didn't have to worry about like missing or hitting anything. And he's like, man, I just don't have time. Like I'm busy. By the time I come inside every night, it's getting dark or whatever. And I was like, dude, I keep my bow out, like just like in my living room or whatever. It's just on its little stand with like 2 arrows in my release, just like sitting there. And I was like, even if you go out and shoot 6 arrows, it takes 5 minutes, right? Just go out every night and shoot a couple arrows. You don't have to be out there for half an hour or an hour. Like do what you can. Take 5 minutes in between whatever you're doing, helping the kids do their homework or got home from a sporting event or whatever. And just it's more about consistency than anything. Just shoot every day. Try to shoot every single day, even if it's only a couple arrows. Yep. So that's kind of my philosophy right now. I try to shoot every day. Joey's been shooting a bunch. We got him switched into my lift from last year. So he graduated fully up to like an adult-sized bow this year, and that thing's been shooting well. He's doing good. We're just trying to work on slowing things down. That's the hardest part, dude. Slowing things down. Squeezing the trigger and not going too quick. He can shoot really well, and then he gets the little bit of the yips every now and again.
We all get the yips occasionally.
Yeah.
We all get the yips for sure.
So, yes, shoot your bow more.
I got to start shooting my bow.
You've been shooting.
I have.
No?
But once I brought it home, I've stopped. Not stopped, but definitely slowed down.
It is nice to have it here. Just shoot at lunch.
I know. I got to either bring it back or I still haven't got my tape on, which is my thing. I guess my
we just need to get out to the hunt club and air it out one night is what we need to do. Just pick an afternoon when I don't have anything going on, which is rare, and just go out there and sight our bows in at farther distances.
Yeah, that's really just the only thing holding me back, which kind of goes into my little upcoming trip coming up.
But dude, you better.
I have my other bow, like my bow, which is fine. I don't mind using that at all.
You're now old bow.
Correct.
But dude, if you're not shooting over like 30 yards, you don't really need a full tape.
No.
Anyways. That's what I told like my brother-in-law when I gave him my bow. He's like, how do I sight this thing in? And I'm explaining. I was like, how far are you going to shoot a deer this year? He's like, 25 yards.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
30 would be my max.
I was
at least
like,
this weekend.
Sight it in at 25 and get her done. Like you can leave your pin at 25 and shoot to 30, no problem. Hold it, an inch or two high, and you're fine. And at 20, try to hold on the heart, and just have to remember to do that. But one pin out to 30, no problem. So young Ben, let's talk about it. Upcoming trip. Oh man,
I know. I'm excited. Last week we were talking about how I have not been on a single public land trip, and I kind of got the itch. Just started to want to hunt. Well, not started, but been wanting to hunt real bad. So me and a buddy were texting, and my parents have a place up in Wisconsin, so we decided we're going to go up there and hunt the opener this weekend. We're going to hit the public. Never hunted public. Don't know what to expect. I don't know. I mean, it's opening weekend. I guess I would assume that the parking lots may be filled with cars, but
maybe
the area that I'm in, I mean, I was talking to Mike earlier, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. The locals say that nobody hunts it until gun season, and then it gets completely piss pounded, which, I don't know if that's like all public areas, but I guess I just don't know what to expect.
The spots you showed me on the map that you're looking at are smaller pieces. Mm-hmm. I can tell you my experience on Wisconsin public. So I did something very similar to you. My dad used to have a place way up in northern Wisconsin. And my buddy Mike and I one year decided we were going to hunt the opener. So we drove up. And, dude, his place was like 5.5 hours away. So I think we drove up on like Friday night and got there late. I don't think we hunted Saturday morning. think we went and like scouted around on Saturday morning and then hung a couple stands. We hunted Saturday night. We hunted Sunday morning. Then we made the mistake of hunting Sunday evening. Did not shoot a deer. I think we maybe saw a doe, but it was big woods. We were up in Washburn County, which is way up there. And we hunt, and dude, it wasn't dark until like 8 o'clock. And we had to be to work at Monday morning.
We're planning on hunting Sunday evening. But,
Bro.
But it's 3 hours away.
Yeah, 3 hours. I think we were 5.5, 6. So, but like, we had to tear stands down. And that's when we were using like full-size Lone Wolf Alphas with 4 climbing sticks and big camera gear and everything. And I remember like we packed everything from the house, put it in my truck, drove out to hunt that evening. Almost like we saw a doe or a small buck, but it wasn't close enough to shoot, thank God. And then, had to tear stands down, walk out in the dark, throw it in the truck. And I think we got home at maybe like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, something like that. I was beat ass tired. And then I had to be here Monday morning. And I remember thinking like, that was a terrible idea. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good memory. So that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
but you
looking
got to
forward
hunt
to
Sunday
it.
night if you're there.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like not that it's, I mean, I guess to each their own is expensive, but for out of state, it's like $200 because I've hunted Wisconsin before. If it was the first time, you'd be paying like $100.
Yeah.
So
that's how they get you.
yeah.
They're
Like I
drug
said, I've
dealers.
never hunted out of state much, so I don't know if that's a
deal.
expensive.
Dude,
I know
like,
Illinois is like $500-$600.
That is probably
so
the
I can't
cheapest
complain.
non-resident tag you're going to find anywhere for sure in the Midwest.
So
No question. Like an Iowa tag is going to cost you $600 plus whatever you spend on preference points. Illinois tag plus license and everything is pushing that $500 to $600 range, somewhere in there. I know when we go out, like when we go out west, like a Wyoming tag is like $500 for a deer tag. Like I think the
I guess
going
I don't
rate
know.
on a non-resident deer tag is probably around $500 for a lot of places. I think Missouri's a little bit is more affordable. I know Kentucky was like $450 or something like that because I've been there a few times. So yeah, $200 is a steal.
I really
That's
didn't
why they
know
get
that.
all
So
the
that's
all
good
the
to know.
fibs.
It's good to know.
All the fibs go up to Wisconsin and hunt.
Oh, I was like,
because
what's a fib? But I got it now.
Yeah,
Got it now.
we are fibs.
We
Ben.
are fibs.
We are the Illinois guys. They're gonna
Illinois
love.
folks.
They're gonna love seeing those Illinois plates in the public land parking lot.
hate it. They're gonna hate
on
it.
opening day. Just gotta get a Packers sticker in the back window, and then they might
It's not a bad idea.
they might overlook
Put a
it.
little cheese head up in the front dash.
Yeah, you should get a cheese head and just wear it out.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Do they make camo ones? Does Scentlock make a cheese head?
They probably do.
No. Well,
Maybe not Scentlock, but
what's your plan? So you showed me a couple spots. Are you elevated, hunting from a tree? Are you going ground? Are you gonna?
so I have my saddle. I've never
Okay.
used it in the woods other than like in my backyard, just getting it up and down. I love ground hunting, so I might try to ground hunt, but I do think that the first morning I'm going to try to get in a tree.
More. So you're gonna do it in the dark.
So I'm going to try to get in a tree in the dark. I know,
See,
I understand.
I would recommend flip flopping.
Okay.
I would recommend
Ground first.
ground in the morning in the dark, and then get in nice and early in the afternoon. Leave yourself plenty of time. Find a tree, get set up where it's not dark.
I guess my thought was like, and I know I assume already that it's going to be a cluster because
100%.
I just know it's going to be a cluster. I don't know. I guess I thought being elevated might give me a better view, but
Well, at
which
least
is
it's
true.
gonna
Which
give
is
you a better
true,
view.
but whether or not it gives me,
I mean,
better, I don't know. I don't know. It's all new to me.
I mean,
Public's new. Saddle hunting.
I mean, if
Setting
you're
up the dark.
if you're gonna do it, dude, you can do whatever you want. I mean, just throw caution to the wind,
Yep.
young Ben.
Yep.
Just be safe.
I'm not opposed
Use
to
your
ground hunting.
lineman's belt.
I'm not opposed to ground hunting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know, what the terrain looks like. It doesn't look very, very hilly, so pretty flat. Maybe a little wet. Seems to be
Oh, I can't wait to hear about Ben's adventures on public land with his broskies.
me and the
Just
bros.
hear
Just
one, you got one bro or
one
multiple?
bro, potentially a second bro. I don't know if you're watching this. You should definitely. You will watch this.
Ben's
so.
third bro.
Third
Definitely.
Third
needs
bro,
to go.
please pull up. That'd be sick.
Let's get a little Sunday.
Get a little Cindy. That's
All right.
yeah. Next topic.
Tips on hunting areas with limited time
That goes to
and
this,
no
yeah.
history. My tips?
Let's hear them. I don't have many.
Well, we talked about it a little bit last week with saying that, like, if you can have time and scout, it's certainly better. I think when you have a very limited amount of time and no history, you want to focus on the very obvious spots. And unfortunately, what that means is usually there's other guys doing the same thing.
That was my biggest hiccup. There was one spot on this piece that I think is like, I mean, it has those, like all the features, like it's pinching from the woods, or sorry, it's got a little timber pinch in between the woods and like the river. So, you know, they're seemingly going to walk through there.
I mean,
but
dude, you basically got 2 days.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know if like opening morning I go right there, and it's not super far from the lot. And I don't know if like if I just go set up in there, and if I'm going to set up on top of someone, or if someone's going to set up on top. Like, I don't know what to expect.
I mean, there is some
really
public land etiquette. You know, be on the lookout for flashlights with other dudes. Usually, if you're getting close and you're setting up and they're already up in the tree, the etiquette's kind of to give you a couple flashes to let you know that. Like,
you had that happen before?
Hey, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, I'm here. I had it happen to me on private land one year. Like, we walked in and, like, we're set up. I mean, we were 100 to 150 yards off the edge of our property, of our lease, and there was guys hunting with an outfitter next door, and they kept flashing and flashing and flashing their light, and I was like, piss off, dude. Like, I'm on private property. Like, I'm sorry, my stand's been here for a long time. So I mean, that's weird. But yeah, I've definitely had it on public land.
Is there like a parking lot etiquette? Like, if I get there when someone's there already, do I find another lot? Because
no, not necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's up to you. You know, if there is another lot,
there's a couple options. So I figured, you know, if because again, like I said, that was the question. I didn't know if I should leave if there's a truck in the lot or not.
God, that's going to be a pain in the ass, dude. Going to a spot you've never been to before, walking in the dark. Like
the only thing that I have my recommendation for me is that it's like a couple minutes from like our cabin. Like, it is right there. I've driven around the area.
So is your plan to like get out super early?
Probably, yeah.
Or to wait and like walk out at first light?
I think my plan was going to be get out there super early. Because like I said, going back to that parking lot thing, which like I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I would like to be the first one there in hopes that maybe if someone came behind was like, but I don't know.
You know, all my public land hunting has been. I've met some really nice folks doing public land hunting. I can't say I've ever met anyone that was like a total dick. Most of the time, especially when we're heading out. You know, people have been cool enough to give like a general vicinity of where they're going so that we're not stepping on each other's toes. So we've been like, oh, hey, are you heading generally this way? Are you going that way? Are you going this way? And for me, I've never gone into a piece of public like sight unseen. I've always like been there in the spring to scout and come back to hunt in the fall. So I've had somewhat of a plan. That's a tough one.
I mean, I know where the lots are. I know
that's
the
a
roads
tough one
are,
going in sight unseen. And
I haven't been into the woods. You know, I know my entries, like as far as, you know, parking and the area. But yeah, I'm definitely.
But I certainly wouldn't expect like. I get the hope of like we're gonna show up early, and if somebody else shows up, they'll just go to a different parking lot. But you never know. Maybe that guy's got a spot picked out,
right? Yeah,
and he's bound and determined to go there. You know, I've always just been pretty cool. Again, for me, when I've hunted public, I've scouted previously, and I've had multiple spots picked out. So
I picked a couple.
So like I've had, you know, where I come in and the guy's like, hey, I was thinking about going over here, and maybe I was thinking about going there, and I'm like, dude, it's fine. I got other spots I can go to. Like, I don't have to go there, you know. So that's
pick out a
generally
couple
been my
backups,
experience.
I assume. I mean, I've had that, but yeah.
The only downfall is a couple years ago with all the squirrel hunters. So like it was opening morning of squirrel season, happened to coincide with opening morning of deer season. I don't recall if that's like happens every year or not.
I'll have to look into
But the problem is like you get to the parking lot in the morning, you're out deer hunting, and especially being close to the parking lot, if you're thinking about setting up close, a bunch of dudes show up to go squirrel hunting, they're walking past you, and before you know it, dude, they're just blasting the woods all around you, and there's shot raining down through the trees. I remember Tommy like getting out of the trees like, dude, I'm gonna get shot up here. I'm getting down, I'll meet you back at the camp or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to go deep or go close to the lot. You know, like it's just all new. It's all new.
When
new
does squirrel season
open in Wisconsin? Saturday, September 13th. Is it actually?
Wisconsin squirrel hunting season opens statewide on September 13th and runs through February 28th.
Just sick.
So
Cool.
There you go.
Cool. Well,
So, yeah, good news.
if you're a
could shoot
squirrel hunter in
squirrel.
Wisconsin watching this, don't hunt public on Saturday.
Just bring your Kevlar.
Most of them aren't watching this, I don't think.
No, probably
Do you-
not.
A
Are
lot of
you
them
gonna-
don't
are you
speak
gonna-
our language.
Do you need to wear orange?
No. It's not gun season. These
Not
are
that I know
squirrels,
of,
bro.
I guess.
Squirrel hunters don't wear orange. That's only if you got like rifle season, real gun season.
What are they hunting squirrels with then?
A lot of them are using shotguns. They might be using like a 22 or something,
I mean, that's
but they're not using like high-powered rifles.
but the 22 would still
I'm
kill
surprised
you.
that you don't have to wear orange hunting squirrels.
Yeah, I mean,
Just feel like that would be a.
Why? How
I
are
don't
you
know.
gonna
I would
get
not want to get
mistaken?
shot
Are
with
you-
the 22.
How is somebody gonna mistake you for a squirrel when you're up in it?
Yeah, might
Imagine
not
this-
see you if you're
imagine
camo.
there's like
If you're
a-
wearing good camo, they might not even see you, dude.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta like say, "Hey, I'm up here."
What if you're like in a party of hunters and one of your boys is like squatting on a tree, and then you got a squirrel running across a log, swing the gun, boom, smoke him.
It seems all
Could happen.
all kinds of dangerous.
All kinds of dangerous. I don't know.
Life is dangerous, boys. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm pro
I think you'll
orange
be
hat
fine.
while squirrel hunting.
Okay, well, you wear whatever you
I'm
want.
pro legal.
I mean, if you're on public and you want to wear an orange hat, so you don't get shot.
Oh no,
by a
I
squirrel,
meant like, I just meant like the one squirrel hunting. I'm just surprised that you don't have to wear an orange hat.
Yeah, but they're down on the ground shooting up in the trees. Why do they got to wear orange? They're trying to shoot squirrels that are up there. Why would they have
But
to
not
wear
all
orange?
squirrels are up. Like I've shot a squirrel on the ground.
Can you do that legally?
I'm surprised you could shoot up in the air more legally than you could on the ground.
Can you ground swat a squirrel? I don't know. I've never gone squirrel hunting
Well,
before. Is that a thing?
I hope I didn't shoot a squirrel.
Why would you
illegally.
not? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
no, Brandon.
I would think. I just would think that the safety.
Are you allowed to shoot ducks and geese when they're on the water? I don't think so, right? They got to be flying.
Yeah, but they fly. They're in the air.
Squirrels are up in trees.
they
What's
don't
the difference?
fly.
Yeah, they don't fly.
Some of them do.
I don't
Flying
know.
squirrels. You ever heard of a flying squirrel?
I would love to
idiots?
see a flying squirrel get shot midair.
I
I would too. That would be awesome.
I would be surprised if it was illegal to shoot a squirrel on the ground.
Yeah.
I would
Why
be
are we-
very. I don't know.
Can we shoot
Would be very surprised. I feel like that's
squirrels on the
the
ground?
safest, most legal way to shoot a squirrel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And so.
Yeah. I would. That just seems like it'd be a normal thing to
Yeah,
do.
I don't know.
But I don't think that's where you shoot most of them.
Well, probably
can often
majority of
shoot
them are
squirrels on the
in
ground, private property
trees,
without
especially
one.
if you're around.
Most
Like-
of the time when I shoot a squirrel, they're like up the base of the. They're like up the tree. So you just
Yeah, like if they hear you,
Not all the
if
way.
they hear you crunching around on some leaves, they're gonna like scurry up the trees.
like scurry halfway up, do the little tail wag, and then just boom
Just
Give
pin
'em-
them,
give 'em
to the
hack.
pin 'em to the tree with your.
with an arrow. Is that what you're
You
saying?
could, I guess.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Maybe
Arrows
to the
are way
ground.
too expensive now. though,
Maybe to the
be-
ground when I was
I don't even
younger.
shoot at squirrels anymore because
When I
I'm
was
like,
younger, I used
dude.
to just air it out.
Oh
Blow
my
dart.
God,
Can you
so
bring a,
many
can you bring a
times.
blowgun?
I don't know if there's a
I don't know the
rule.
legality of blowgunning
Yeah.
in the state of Illinois. I don't know. Tim Wells sells them.
He does.
I don't know if
He
he
got the
uses
little
them
razor tips
in
on
here
him.
though. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty sick videos of blowgunning little critters and big critters like bears.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's pretty badass. Killing a bear with a blow dart.
you've seen those, Brando?
I've not seen that.
I think it's more badass than shooting one with a crossbow.
It might be more badass than shooting one with a real bow.
For sure.
Blow darting a bear. Sounds sick.
How much can you penetrate with a blowgun?
I don't know.
Enough to get the job done, Brando.
They're
Clearly.
like really little, but
Yeah, but they're
really
like razors. dude.
razor bladed. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
You just shoot them in the jugular.
I feel like it's like feels like shooting with like a nail gun or something. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just, they're like, ow, what the hell? And they look and they're like, oh, this asshole's shooting me with a blowgun.
what is that-
Like,
what
I'm
is that-
gonna go murder him.
what is that movie? Is it Hook? Where like no, not Hook. It's Willow. Where like the
Willow
little
Offgood.
they're shooting the little like things,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
the
thinking
little, yeah, the
what are they
little
called?
pixies or whatever,
Pix-
the
yeah,
little guys that are shooting.
yeah.
Who were they shooting? Was it Mad Mardigan? R.I.P.
No
Yeah.
idea.
Val Kilmer.
Don't know what
Willow, you never saw Willow, the original? They brought it back
I don't know the
for like one
non-original.
season and nobody liked it because it got all woke on us. Did you know
I
that?
might have. I like just for the nostalgia. of
Did
it.
you watch it?
Yeah.
It was worth watching.
I don't remember, so maybe
You're a
not.
Kamala voter, so it might have been worth watching for you.
You ever watch All American?
I never heard of it.
Really? It's just like a football, like I don't know, show. it just got real woke. It's a really good like football like sports show, and then it just gets violently woke. Yeah.
A lot of
I would've
Is there
thought
some
you would've seen
Brokeback
it.
action?
No.
Are you sure?
It's like I don't even know how I would explain it, but you would definitely like it. You definitely.
I don't
like
watch a lot of TV shows.
You would like All
To be
American
honest
for
with
sure.
you, I watch live sports, and that's about it. It's really all I got time for.
Live action.
Tonight, I'm going to watch the Bears
Beat the crap out of the Vikings.
begin their quest towards NFC Championship glory. Tonight it begins. Brando, do you agree? Did you watch any football this weekend?
No, I had
Zero.
zero free time this weekend.
What were you doing
Yesterday
during the day?
Oh, yesterday during
last
the day.
night after
I was taking
7
down the pool.
p.m.?
I was taking down the pool, and I watched the Thunderbolts Marvel movie.
By yourself?
Yes,
How was it?
it was actually entertaining. Like it was actually had a really good story to it. Like you felt like you kind of like felt for the characters.
You didn't
better
watch
than it.
that Ravens game last
No.
night? Oh my God, it was amazing.
It's one of the best games I've seen in a while. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
ever.
sick. It was sick. It's a good game. It's a dang good game.
You didn't watch it?
I did not.
Who is the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills?
Oh,
Could you name a starting quarterback in the NFL?
no, I don't think I could.
Not
I'm,
one?
well, no.
One.
I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers is
There
still
we
playing.
go.
He is
still
Yep,
playing.
he's still
He is.
around.
Didn't he change teams?
He
He
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about-
What team do you think he's on now?
Did he go down to Florida or something?
No.
No.
It's in the eastern half of the United States.
Ooh, I couldn't tell you.
It's a team
It's all right.
in
Brandon-
Pennsylvania.
The Eagles? Is that
There's
it?
another
quick
team in
guess. That's a good
Pennsylvania.
guess.
Oh, I don't know that.
It's on the western side of it's. They would call it the Steel City, perhaps.
The Steelers.
There
we
you go, Brando. Woo.
Is Pittsburgh the Steel City? I feel like it might be.
Yeah,
But
Pittsburgh
fair
is
enough.
for sure.
Good job, Brando.
Try.
Congratulations. You gonna watch the Bears game tonight?
Nope.
Monday Night Football. What are you doing tonight?
I don't know, honestly. So
If you go to a local bar,
Can I-
chances are
Watering hole.
I don't think I
Go
have.
to
I don't have like any kind of television at my house, so I don't think I can watch it.
Well, you're like a millennial.
Yeah, I don't use TV at all. Like I have it just to have internet, but it's like the most basic channels.
Brandon's frugal.
I mean, am I the
I
same
am
way?
very frugal.
Well, you just rely on your parents' TV, probably.
I don't watch their TV. I
I mean,
illegally
like
stream everything.
Oh, well,
I illegally stream all of my live sports.
I'm
But no,
proud of you.
I guess I'm like Brando. I don't have TV or anything. I don't watch TV.
I have the YouTube TV.
I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Yeah, I spent like $200 on cable." I'm like, "You're insane." You
Yeah,
are
that's a lot
insane.
of people. Between internet and like.
But
all
no,
their
they
stupid
were just for like
subscriptions.
their television packages, 200. Not
Yeah, but
the
I'm
internet.
sure it includes their internet. It's because they
Maybe
bundle
it
it all
did,
together.
But yeah, it was an obscene number. I think I pay like $100 or something for internet, but I have like a little higher speed.
Got to
Got to have the top tier.
for all that gaming.
Not so much the game. Well, I mean, I do game a little bit, but not as much as I would like to.
Well, it's because you're watching movies.
I'm
you should be gaming
I'm learning
instead.
songs on guitar.
Oh yeah, what'd you learn? What was your most
Ooh.
recent?
Well, lately I've been learning this. I was sang in an Ozzy tribute night, and so I sang "Mama, I'm Coming Home." So I was learning that. I was practicing that.
Are you trying to learn Zach Wild's like solo? And
No, I was just
Coming Home?
singing on that one.
Because that would be hard.
I could probably. That's like an below advanced solo. I think it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 7.5 of difficulty. So it's not
Really?
it's not insane. Because it's more melodic than it is like shreddy.
You know what we're talking about?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, really?
You guys are just talking numbers. Talking
Mama, I'm
shop.
Coming Home. Ozzy Osbourne.
No more tears.
Maybe, if I heard it. Not a music guy. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that. I
think
just
it's,
don't know
I think it's
music
the no.
well.
It's the No More Tears solo,
Mm,
not the Mama I'm Coming Home. The No More Tears solo. Zach
Okay.
Wild's is so good.
Yeah.
It's maybe the best guitar solo of all time. We're gonna listen to it at lunch today, and you're gonna weep a little bit. You'll be like, that was good. That was so good. All right, we got to talk more hunting.
More hunting, more deer.
What else you got on our list for hunting wise?
What is the?
Damn it,
You
Ben.
ready for this one?
I'm sure.
What is the biggest mess up that you've ever made hunting? Whether it be on a certain deer, certain situation, maybe forgetting something on a trip. I don't know.
Do bad shots count? Because I mean,
I mean, we've all. I mean,
I don't
then
think
we
you
would
get
all have
any. I
stories.
don't think you get any worse than.
I don't know. I mean, maybe like
Mine for sure. Like if we talk about my biggest mess up on a shot was a 15-yard chip shot on a giant mule deer looking the other direction with zero clue I was there and botching that shot. Like there's no question that or probably the elk that I'm still not 100% sure if it was me or if I hit a twig because the footage just isn't good. But for sure, those two will haunt me forever. The mule deer for sure. Because, dude, you couldn't have asked for a better stalk, a better shot,
What went
quartered
wrong?
away.
Was it
I
just-
sucked.
was it you?
I sucked. I just botched it. I completely botched it, 1,000%. And I can make excuses all day long. I know exactly what I did, but it doesn't change the outcome. Like, it was still my fault. The deer was bedded down, and the deal is, and I think you and I were talking about this recently, most of the time, so you stalk up, we peek over, dude, he's bedded down. He's on the other side of a piece of sagebrush. And all I can see is like his head and his antlers, right? And he's bedded right there. Well, you come to full draw, and then like I was with Dustin at the time, he was guiding. The guide, generally what he's doing is he's throwing like a rock or something in front of the deer. So the deer's looking away from us. He's trying to throw something so that the deer hears it, sees it, stands up out of his bed so I can get a shot, right? And so I come to full draw and Dustin throws a rock or something and the deer doesn't move. So I let down. Okay, let's do it again. Full draw. I'm getting ready. And you have nowhere to put your pin because there's nothing to aim at. So I'm looking through my peep and my pin's just kind of floating around like where this deer's head is kind of at. And I'm anticipating he's going to stand up. Dustin throws another rock. Dude, we do this like 4 or 5 times. The deer isn't standing up. At one point, Dustin threw his phone because he didn't have any more rocks. He literally chucked his phone
we have video of
down
that.
there somewhere. I don't know where it's at. And so what happened was eventually when the deer finally is like, okay, something's going on, the first thing he does before he stands up, a couple seconds before he stands up, is he picks his head up. He kind of cranes his neck up. So I put my pin like, you got the sagebrush, his neck's sticking up like this. So first it was just his head. Now his neck comes up because he's like, what the hell is going on? So I put my pin right there. Then he stands up, and dude, I just never moved my pin off his neck for whatever. I just was like caught in the moment of stupidity. And when I shot him right in the damn neck. And I just hit him like through the meat kind of his neck and didn't kill him. I mean, complete just mental lapse on my part, which sucked because like Dustin did his job. It was picture perfect. Like we found the deer, waited till it bedded down, checked the wind, stop. And I remember like it's so fun to do this because you see the deer and you have to kind of mark like a mental spot, like, okay, that bush or that tree or whatever. Like you range the deer. Okay, the deer's 200 yards. That rock is 230 yards. So when I get to that rock, I'm going to be 30 yards from the deer or whatever. And then you stalk and you're totally blind and you're like, okay. And then you have to hope that between the time that happened and when you actually get there, the deer hasn't moved. Because sometimes you get there and you're like, freaking deer's gone. Like, where did it go? And you got to like try to figure it out. So we get down there, we pop up over the hill and we're like, oh shit, we went a little bit too far. Let's back up. Okay. Great, we pop up. Okay, there he is. Okay, but we can't get a shot from here. Okay, let's back up. Let's come around from this different angle. And like everything just worked out absolutely picture perfect. You could not have asked. Like the wind was right in our face. It was kind of breezy, so it covered some of our noise. Like he was facing away from us. Like it could not have been any better. And I completely just botched like what
Right
should
through
have
the neck.
probably been the easiest shot of my entire life. It was a big deer too. So to me, that's probably my biggest mess up I think I've made while hunting. I'm sure I've had others. How about you, young Ben?
I don't know. I mean, I've definitely had some bad shots for sure. There was one time I was hunting in college down by school on a cattle pasture, and one side of the road was, like 40 acres, some timber, but all filled with cattle. And then across the road was, I don't know, about 50 acres with like one island of trees, and it's just a cornfield, no cattle. And I was in the timbered part, got completely blown at, busted by like one of the biggest bucks I had ever seen. And it was still like the middle of the afternoon. It was the middle of the rut. And I don't know what it was, but I just decided to get out and like leave. I was pissed. I was just like, damn, this sucks. This sucks. Like, it was like November 10th or something. I don't know. And I get back to my truck and I look across the road, and in the middle of this field is like, I have a photo, so I'll put it up here. I take a picture. It's like giant, like I'll just assume 170 plus inch 12 pointer, just locked down with a doe. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's huge. But I had no idea like how I could get to it. So I closed my car door, and he looks up at me, and I'm just like staring at him from a couple hundred yards away. Puts his head back down. I sprint to this little island that's like in the middle of this field, and I start army crawling, and this doe starts working about 30 yards away, and she pops up over.
And they're in a corn, like
they're just in a
cornfield,
in the middle of a cut cornfield.
Okay.
Like it had to be locked down or something.
Sure.
And wherever this doe went, he was going. And so like I'm in this little island, just pretty much on my stomach, and this doe pops up about, I think like 30 yards away over this little rise. And then he pops up, and I was like, this is the moment. And I draw back, and I put it on his, like right behind his shoulder, and it just goes right over his back, just completely over his back by like, I don't even know how much. And I realized that I thought it was 30 yards. It was like 15, but I'm just in a wide open, like,
it's hard to judge.
I had no idea of range. So just wide open cornfield. I had nothing in the back, and it just sails over his back. And I like paced it out, and it was like 15 yards. It's the biggest buck I've ever shot at, for sure.
Ugh.
For sure. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
I'll give you a non-shooting mix-up, and maybe this is something that folks can learn from, because we always say to trust your guts and trust your instincts. And sometimes we overthink things. At least I do, and I think a lot of other folks probably do as well, especially because there's so much information. Now, the night before I go on a morning hunt, I'm looking at like, what is the wind direction for the morning? What's the temperature? What's the barometric pressure? Like, I'm looking at hunt stand, and I'm going to all my stands, and I'm thinking, where was my last trail camera picture of this deer? And what direction was he moving? And I'm trying to just like do all this stupid shit to try to figure out the best spot. And so for me, last year, I was going to go to the stand, and I'm humping in the dark, and I get to the stand where Joey killed his deer. And I was like, man, I should just like, I can't remember if I was running a little bit late or what was happening, but I remember thinking to myself, like, I should just hunt this stand. Like the next stand that I'm going to, I got to pass this one, go down, and like the wind was right. And I was like, no, man, I've hunted this stand. I haven't seen anything. I'm going to go down there like that. Because in my mind, like the deer's going to come from here and do all these things, right? I get 30 yards past the stand, and I bust a deer. And it's a doe. I could see it in my headlamp. I remember she was in the clover plot in front of the stand. So I'm like, crap. So she busts out, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I just got to keep walking. I keep walking, and I see eyes reflecting back at me of another deer. And I can, like, if you've been doing this long enough.
In the food plot?
No, this deer was more like in the timber.
Okay.
Like on the other side of the plot. It was maybe 80 yards away, something like that, 80, 100 yards. I could see eyes just glowing back at me. Like when I lifted my head up, I could see two eyes looking. And again, if you've done this long enough and you've seen enough deer and enough deer looking back at you in your headlamp, like I knew it was a buck. The eyes were super wide apart, compared to what like a doe or a fawn would look like. I look up, I'm like, dude. So I'm like frozen. I'm like, shit. Like, what am I going to do? This deer's probably it's clearly already seen me, but it hasn't spooked. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm 30 yards from the stand back here, but I'm thinking like, what are the chances? I'm going to go back to this thing. This thing's just watching me. Like, there's no way it's going to come in here. Right. So I was like, I just need to march. Like, I don't know what deer it is, but I know it's a buck for sure. But like, what am I going to do at this point? So I'm like, I'm just going to march on and go to my stand. So I march on. The deer never spooks because I had to kind of go towards him and then veer to the left. But if you've ever encountered a buck in the dark, especially during the rut, and I have a feeling he was with that doe, like a lot of times they'll just sit and let you walk by him. So I start walking. I get maybe 20 or 30 yards from where I'm at. And I kind of like went towards him and then it had to curve to go to this other stand. And I get in there and dude, it just reeks like buck. Like I could just smell him. You know, he'd been in there with that doe. And I'm like, God, like normally that's a pretty good sign it's a mature deer.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I'm like, now I'm on like my triple guess, but now I'm even more committed to where I was going. And I was like, well, I just need to hightail my ass down to my stand, whatever. So I get down there, I get to my stand, I'm hunting. Sure enough, my cell camera that I walked by in the morning triggers, you know, probably an hour after daylight. Like I have my camera set to check in. And sure enough, it was the buck I was in there after, the big one, the big 8-pointer I showed you the pictures of this morning. And he walked right through that food plot and right in front of the stand. I told myself that I should just stop here and go to like an hour after daylight, like broad daylight, just marched right through the middle of that food plot, you know, 20 yards from the stand. And I'm 200 yards away in another stand, just kicking myself going, son of a bitch. Like I knew it. I knew I should have done this. And I think that's just one of those things where like you just can't get tunnel vision. You just can't get locked in to a plan. And sometimes I would tell myself like, don't veer from the plan. The plan's a good plan. But man, sometimes like when you just know you should make it move, like sometimes I feel like you should just make a move. Like that one stung. I was really pissed about that one. Still am.
What about like you were going in to hunt and you chose another stand rather than another? What about like you're trying to decide to hunt and then you don't hunt and then it shows up in front of your camera? How do you feel about that?
I don't have a lot of that anymore. I go hunt.
You go hunt when you go hunt.
Going. Yeah. I have to maximize. Like I used to be that guy, but man, I don't miss many hunts. Like unless there's a really, really good reason, I'm not missing many hunts when I have an opportunity to go. I think
that's probably how I'll be in the future. But like last year at school, I had that giant buck that I was chasing, and I decided to stay home for the Bears-Commanders game. And then,
dude, now you can just watch it on your phone.
Well, I know,
bro.
I could have watched it on my phone, but that buck showed up at that scrape like 30 minutes before.
And look
last
what happened
light,
at the end of that game, Ben.
And the Bears lost, and I lost too because the buck's dead. But
and that started the downward spiral.
It did start. That was the
of our season.
Downward spiral. Yeah, of all seasons, deer season.
That cost
Bears
the Floose
season.
The Floose lost his job that day.
It was a bad day for me.
That is a bad day.
It's horrible.
You gotta go, dude. Football games I don't care about.
I love the Bears. I don't know why I thought it was a great idea to stay home and watch them versus watching them in a stand.
I am not against if it's the right stand and the right setup, maybe popping a little one AirPod in, leaving the volume low.
I never brought AirPods out.
Leaving the volume low and just listening to a pod if I'm on an all day sit.
I've never sat all day.
Like last year, you never sat all day?
No.
Never one time?
Nope.
Are you going to this year now that your time is limited?
I would like to, but I've also said that in years past.
Why haven't you?
I don't feel like I can sit that long. I'm going to be honest.
Don't be a sissy.
Maybe I'm being a sissy.
You have to mentally plan for it.
I guess I've just never like actually sat down either the night before, days before, or whatever, and been like, hey, I'm going to sit all day. I got to bring, maybe food, water, whatever.
Yeah, got to bring.
Yeah, and I've never.
Bring snacks, bring food.
I've never really just set a whole day aside. But I think I'll probably.
Oh, I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I try to get in a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe depending on how many days I have all day sits.
Most of the time I'll just do like a morning and the afternoon, but I don't know why I would.
Sometimes I'll split up my all day sit. Well, I'll sit till noon or something like that, or 1 o'clock in one stand, and then I'll get down and just move to. I'll just go straight to whatever other stand. So. A good example would be I have 2 stands that are maybe 200 yards apart or less. One of them's in the timber in kind of like a funnel area. So I'll go there in the morning and I'll try to catch cruising deer. And then I have a stand, let's say, up the hill on the field edge. And then it's like, okay, by 1 o'clock, like I'm going to climb down. I'm going to walk my happy ass up to that other stand. Maybe I'll have a sandwich before I climb up in the tree. And then I'll get up in the tree and I'll hunt there. So break it up a little bit. But it's just a mental thing. You just have to be like, you have to tell yourself, I'm going and I'm sitting all freaking day. I'm not coming down. I got water. I got snacks. I like to also kind of like chunk the day into sections. So be like, okay, it's light at 6, by like 9 o'clock, like I bring coffee with me or whatever. Like I'm not going to have any coffee until 9 or whatever. And then like I'm looking forward to that like benchmark, and then it's lunchtime, and then hey, I'm gonna have a snack, or I'm gonna rattle, or I'm gonna do whatever just to kind of break up the day a little
I
bit.
guess I didn't think about it like that.
I couldn't do it. I am too fidgety, and when I went up with Dean
Yeah.
on the bear hunt, dude, I was like, it was really a struggle to like sit still.
I'm pretty
for like
fidgety too.
3-4 hours or whatever it was. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
Two
The
and a half
thing is,
hours.
like, bears have not the greatest vision, so you can get away with a little bit more fidgeting. They have really good noses, so got to watch the scent control with the bears. But they're
He seemed more concerned with the scent of the rotting whatever we put in the barrel.
Could you
you mean the bear did?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Could you smell the rotting stuff while you're hunting there, Brando?
I could smell the sweet, like, because they put like honey or whatever,
Yeah.
sugar or whatever,
The good
or
stuff.
whatever it was they put in there. Some sticky, gooey, like sugary, whatever. I could smell that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear bait's made
Dude,
up of
it's
all
just-
types of things. I've
Yeah.
seen a bunch of buckets with just the most
Nasty.
random things in them. I
Hey,
don't know.
they're
It
bears.
seems
They'll
to
eat
work.
whatever you
Yeah.
put out
Yeah,
there.
they literally go to dumpsters to feed, so.
But yeah, all day sits for sure in November. Like, I probably should do some all day sits in October, because I've seen some really good daylight activity midday in like the last couple days of October. But it seems like there's something about seeing October on the calendar that just like mentally I'm like, it's not time yet
Right.
to sit all day. And then all of a sudden it's like November is
November
here.
1st. Oh, let's go.
Like, yeah, and I usually don't do all day sits until like maybe like the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then I like to sit all day, the 10th, 11th, 15th, times like that. Because I do feel like the tail end of the rut, the bucks are covering a little bit more ground as they're kind of breaking free, looking for other does. So I just like, I don't know, something about sitting all day that I just freaking, I love.
I think the only thing about it for me is like why I haven't is one, I don't have a ton of years under my belt, I guess, hunting and like seeing what's happening in the middle of the day in the woods. Like
It's the rut, dude. They're just
because
like-
I'm not out there. But
Bucks get into that like zombie walk where they're just like aimlessly just plodding through the woods.
But
I
another
don't
thing,
even know where the hell they're going sometimes.
Another thing too is I think I rely on my cameras more than I definitely should. And with that being said, like, maybe because I'm not seeing this midday buck movement like I think there should be, or I know that there is, but it's not on my cameras. So then I kind of just in my head I'm like, it's not worth it to go.
They're still going to
Sit
bed
midday,
down,
but-
right? But I mean, there's
I guess the only reason I haven't is like waste time. Like I don't want to be out in these, even though no hunt it really is like a waste of time. But like I don't want to. In my head, I'm like I don't want to be here from 10 to 2 in that time in my head where they don't move.
I understand.
But I don't know.
This year, all day sits.
I'm gonna try one.
I wouldn't do it in a saddle right away, anyways, until you figure out your saddle game. Get a nice, comfy, big tree stand. Bring some coffee and or hot chocolate or some sort of warm
cocoa
beverage.
guy myself.
Get a nice Yeti full of a hot beverage to bring, and then bring some water. I like to also bring a Lunchable. Lunchable's my go-to on an all-day sit. Or you can just make yourself a sandwich, pack a couple snacks, some trail mix.
What's a non-crunchy wrapper snack that you like to go with?
Non-crunchy wrapper snack. Well, dude, I've really advanced my snack game. So I take them out of the wrappers before I go in the field and put them in other containers that are not noisy.
So that's the tip.
That is, I used to be a big Pop-Tart guy in the tree stand, but Pop-Tart may have the noisiest wrapper of all foods. So
Little Debbie's and Pop-Tarts together.
Yeah. So, and the problem, again, I've been over this is ground well traveled here. Little Debbie's and Pop-Tarts are fragile. They're not good tree stand snacks unless you preemptively remove them from their wrappers. And the key is to put them in those hard sandwich containers.
Okay, yeah.
So you put a couple Pop-Tarts, they fit perfectly in there, or you put your zebra cakes in there. Then when you throw them in your backpack, you don't have to worry about it. Dude, there's nothing worse than when you're like jonesing for a zebra cake and you reach in your pack to take it out and it's smushed all to hell.
Flaked everywhere.
And it's flaked everywhere. It's terrible. Like you just want to bite into that crisp, virgin zebra cake that hasn't been defiled by the inside of your backpack. You
That's a
understand
good way
what
to
I'm
put it.
saying?
I do.
So
I do. I do.
Put a little
way.
forethought into it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, Ben, we got to go. Todd likes to always bring up comments. I don't know why he likes to do this, but we're going to continue Todd's tradition. We ready?
I'm ready.
All right. At number 6. Is that a no 6
No
hunter?
6, NO6, number 6.
I don't
6 hunter?
Nas
Nas?
hunter. I've been using my Z7 Extreme since it came out, and I may never upgrade. Hey, good for you, bro. It's a solid bow. Although they look a little funny. They kind of look like a box.
Oh, that's
way
the
they're
rectangle
shaped.
one.
Yeah, the
Okay,
rectangle one that we were looking at. I was showing you. Young Ben was, how old were you in 2011?
I was 8.
Young Ben was 8 when the Z7 Extreme was released. So that'll make you feel old. But yes.
What do we say my bow was, the last one? The Q2? The Matthews Q2?
Was it a
Q2? I think it was a
an
Q2.
LX.
Oh, gosh.
I don't remember.
LX or Q2? I already forget. I don't know.
I feel like it was an
It was like
LX.
between the two, but yeah.
Yeah. That's an oldie.
Shooting
03 or 04
03.
it was.
I think it was an 03. The
It's a
year
good
I was
year.
born.
03 was a good year for me. All right.
What do we got? James Maselli, 6148. The service at Cracker Barrel by me in Florida is awful too, but that's because it's a super busy location.
You think that's why?
I don't know.
I mean, I've been to busy restaurants with great service before.
Have you been to more than one Cracker Barrel?
In
Doesn't
my
it depend
life,
on what you
Has it
consider
always
good
been
service?
Pretty bad?
I've been to a lot of Cracker Barrels.
That was my
We used
only
to
one.
frequent the Cracker Barrel in Effingham, Illinois, when I used to hunt down there. We would go for our morning hunts when we were not hunting all day. We'd come out of the woods. We'd go to Cracker Barrel, get some delicious pancakes, and then we'd go back and hunt the afternoon. I don't remember the service being bad, that one. The one in Asheville sucked
That was bad.
terribly.
I think that if Waffle House expanded into Illinois, I think it would just be a hit. I think it would be insane.
Waffle House just like has a way of attracting
what does it got?
a
I don't
specific
know.
crowd.
A rowdy,
You know what I'm
rowdy night
saying?
crowd for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Waffle House when we were down in St. Louis. Me and Joey went. My wife did not want to go.
Does Joey appreciate Waffle House?
Yeah, it was his first time. He liked it. Yeah. I was like, dude, we are going, because we didn't get Waffle House in Nashville because the service was so bad we left.
I saw another video.
Remember, Brandon made us leave. It was your fault.
It was,
We
but-
were going to stick it out.
But thing is, my initial let's leave. We still waited like 25 minutes after that.
Yeah, and then as soon as we got in the Uber, the food was coming out to the
you
table.
would've
The
listened-
lady ran outside to look for us. She's probably still looking for us. And we didn't get our damn Waffle House.
Cleaning for
dude.
that meal.
Oh, that was the worst. It was so bad. So that's why when I was in St. Louis, I was like, Joey, we are going to Waffle House. So we went. My wife did not come with. She's like, no, I'm good. And it was delicious, and there was no problems. You go to Waffle House like during the day, like where the sun's still up, usually you're pretty good. Once that sun goes down, dude, it's like a whole different place.
Yeah.
I went to Missouri this spring after a turkey hunt just by myself because I was heading out and it was midday and I had I had a tweaker like right next to me just like grunting and making a lot of noises. I'm just eating my meal. So
Oh, you were sitting at the,
I was sitting on
at
the
bar?
I was sitting on the bar. 'cause
Brave.
There was nobody in there. I was like, I'm just gonna go enjoy my meal, sit at the bar. Tweaker comes in, also enjoying some sort of meal of some sort, maybe a meth meal. I don't know. And they're just grunting and having a good time, and I'm just grunting. They really were.
Is that a thing?
Well, they had their head down and they're like, I don't know. Is that a grunt?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it. I've heard
Some
the
audible
deer
noise. And I shoveled that food into my mouth and left as fast as I could. It's the Waffle House experience.
You gotta love
It's
it.
literally the Waffle House
It's
experience.
it's peak Americana is what it is. Like when people from other countries come
People
over
could
here.
not comprehend the Waffle House experience.
All right,
No
our
way.
last comment came from J23 Bizzle. Ben should also be on the watering. Ben is on the watering hole.
I am.
Ben, is that one of your friends?
I don't know who
Don't lie.
J23 Bizzle is, but
Could be my son Jake. That's his football number is
Number
23.
23.
Maybe little Jake's on there. Just
yeah,
8 years,
advocating.
8
for me.
years old advocating
Appreciate
for
you,
young
Jake.
Ben. But I don't think it is. J23 Bizzle, if you are my son, hello. If not,
You're not allowed to be on YouTube at this age.
yeah,
Not allowed to be posting
get off
comments.
YouTube. All right. That's all we got for today, boys and girls. Wisconsin opener this weekend. Ben's going out. Josh Ward's going to be out. Anyone else we know? Well, Dean.
Johnny.
My guy Dean. Johnny
Johnny
will
should
be
be out
out.
there.
Johnny shot a nice bear. He hadn't sent us pictures yet because he's a terrible friend and team member, but he did shoot a nice bear.
It was a sick video.
It was a great video.
He dumped it. It looked like he dumped it. I mean, I didn't see the bear after yet. We'll see.
Maybe he didn't find it. That's why we didn't get a picture. No, he said he found it. It was a money shot.
Yeah, it looked really good. So.
We need pictures of Johnny's bear. So good luck to all of you going out hunting Wisconsin. What else? A lot of places are open, dude. Kentucky's open. Missouri's going to be
places
open
out
like
west,
next week.
but not
Out west is
Whitetail,
open.
I mean-
Yeah, Whitetail's open.
Yeah.
Like in out western places like Wyoming, as an example, September 1st.
I don't know if is that a big thing out there, like whitetail opening. I assume a lot of other things would.
It's
take,
all
would
deer
take
opening.
constitute.
So it's like mule deer opens as well. So mule deer and whitetail both open September 1st. I think some elk open September 1st out there as well. So a lot of guys elk hunting right now. A lot of elk hunting content floating around the tube right now. I got to watch THP just dropped.
I know. I saw last night they posted.
I know, but dude, I was like opening weekend of football. The bros should have done it like a week earlier. I had a game to watch, and tonight we have to watch the Bears dominate JJ McCarthy, local Chicago resident.
Legend.
Yeah, legend JJ McCarthy. This poor guy. He finally gets in the NFL, and he's going to get embarrassed by his favorite
JJ's
team.
my age. He graduated high school the same year as I did.
And look at you, and look at him.
Caleb Williams might have too. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I have Brandon Marshall.
Yeah,
He graduated like the
B.
same year,
Marsh.
same year that I did, and like high school, like
Chicago Bears legend Brandon Marshall.
Yeah,
Brandon Marshall.
yeah. I think we ran track against each other, not like in the same race, but like our teams were against each other in state.
He was probably a lot better than your team. No?
Yeah, I think he did like long jump or high jump or some like stupid thing like that. Maybe I can't remember now, but like yeah,
And you were a pole vaulter.
I was a pole vaulter.
You
Yeah,
do love the pole, Brando. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Todd will be back. We won't be able to make pole jokes
No more
again,
pole
so
jokes.
we're going to enjoy it while we can. See you later.